Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about my trades that I took today. I took 2 positions on gold and then 1 position on AUD USD, and also I'm gonna talk to you guys about I'm thinking of changing my bias for gold, okay? And then possibly we're gonna work some scenarios, okay? So let's start with the first trade that I took today, which was on gold. So I'll drop down. Usually I'll do either the 4-hour or the 1-hour time frame on these trades, okay? So I'm gonna drop down to the 30-minute to show you guys the clear and transparent trade that I took, okay? So first was basically right here from I gotta drop down to the 15. So it was, I entered the market right over here and I exited right over here at around 4.7 points and close to, well, let's just say 1 to 2 risk to reward, okay? So let me just clarify to you guys, this became a mess right after I closed the trade, okay? I don't usually wait too much. There's 2 things that I tell when I'm trading, right? And I tell everybody this is patience, and then the second one is action, okay? I was looking at the market and I always have a gut feeling of closing the trade because I don't think it's gonna go my way, or I think it's gonna, do something else. So I'd rather secure the profits and wait, okay? So I secured the profits at 4.7 points, and then I just told myself I was gonna wait, and look what happened. Price just, hit my take profit, hit my stop loss, bounced around, and then price dropped again. Okay, so let me show you guys from the 1-hour time frame what it looked like to me in the moment. Okay, so we had, I said in the last video, or couple last videos that I made, is that this was initially my buy zone. When price was coming down here, I was looking to enter buys, but never happened. Price came down all the way down over here, and so it just started to make another high on the market. From here, we made a new higher low, and then again, this is why the trend is very, very important. From this higher low here, we had the option to either break below this higher low and come down, which we would have dropped all the way to this area over here. Let me use arrows. So if we had breaking this low, we would have come here all the way to this low over here, or we would have to move higher and then break this high, okay? So I was just waiting for the market. This was, I think, this was overnight. So this is during, I think, London session is overnight. Price moved up, came and tapped this area, like I said in the last video, because it's an area of previous support here that we have. So we tapped and reversed, okay? Now, what I'm thinking is we have 2 options from here. Either we are gonna come down. Can I use the replay button? So we are either gonna come down from here and reverse to this high, right? To continue on the trend. This is what it looked like to me, right? This was when I woke up. So this was overnight. When I woke up around 6, price was coming down to this area, all right? This is where I took the trade. So if price was coming down, we would clearly make a new higher low over here and then continue on the bullish trend, okay? That is partially what happened. Price reversed. Now we have the moving average here as well. I stopped right at the best moment I could. This is the moving average underneath price action. Price action was right over here. So this is price action right over here. Now moving average was here, and I entered the trade very quick. Okay, so I entered the trade. I thought of the risk was pretty good. Initially I had a 5. So instead of 2, I had a 5 point to a close to 10. No, missing a 0. So it had a 1 to 2 here, right? But I decided to short this and then make a 1 to 4. 1 to 2 actually. Instead of being 5-point stop loss and 10 points profit, I decided to go with 2-point stop loss, very tight. So this is a very tight stop loss for me with a 4-point profit, right? I ended up closing at around 4.7, I believe is what it was, 4.7. So it's not too bad, all right? And then market after just came and crushed the trade, crushed everything, okay? So this was the trade, very, very quick. I entered on this trade, hold on. I entered on this candle here, like 15-minute trade, very quick. Okay, so that was my first trade. Price is now coming down to, well, price after came down to the same area, 32.88, and now we're bouncing back up. Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you guys now. I'm gonna show you my other trade that I took on AUD USD, and then I'll show you guys why I am decided to change my bias on gold. Okay, my other trade was around this area over here, this low, and then if we look left, look what we have on the left, right over here, area of support. Okay, so I entered the trade right over here, this area of support, and then decided to close right around, like right at the top, right at this wick. So it was again, so this is the 1 hour time frame. I think it was about 1 hour that I held on to this trade, and then I closed after. At the end of the day, I'm in profit, well, already with closed positions, about 4 to 5% for the day. Okay, so between I had 2 entries on gold. Hold on, I had 2 entries on gold. Where's the trade that I took? Oh, right over here. I took 2 entries over here, which was good. My risk was in my favor, and then ended up closing very good. And then on AUD USD as well. Okay, so that was the trade on AUD USD. Very, like right over here, my entry was 64125, and then I closed at 215. Yep. And then my risk was right below this candle. If this candle flipped, so it's like something around close to 1 to 3 risk to reward. Okay, this is the trade setup right over here. Okay, now we're trading below the moving average, so I'm gonna wait more. My goal for AUD is to reach somewhere around this zone over here, the green zone underneath. This whole zone is a buy area for me. If we do end up reaching this area, I'm looking to risk, like I said in the other video, 3 to 4% of my account into going for longs, and then the rest will be profit. All right, now why do I think we are changing the bias on gold? Okay, so for this whole past like 2, 3, 4 weeks, we've been long, going long most of the positions, and now I think I'm gonna go short, and I'll explain why. If we look left, right, always looking left, one is we have this clean range right over here, clean range of traffic from 32.45 all the way to 32.88. So I think we're going to reverse this and then break below 32.88 and then come down to 32.45. And then if we look at the 4-hour time frame, what I'm noticing is the moving average right above price action. So we're trading for quite some time now underneath the moving average. Okay, now we have the break of this trend line over here. We have now the retest of this trend line, which is already a confirmation for me to start looking for entries. Okay, if we close bearish, or if we flip the bottom of this candle, if we flip, so if we break below, I will start looking for my sell entries. Okay, 4-hour time frame, we have one bearish candle. We have one bearish candle closing underneath the moving average. We have another huge engulfing candle, which engulfed these two candles over here on the left, and then this continuation of this candle. Now, what we need, so we have like, I think, one more hour until market closes. So it's possibly that I'll maybe try to risk one trade now and then see if we open already with the gap down. Okay, so we are on an area of support. We're gonna have to break the support, break the 1 hour low, and then continue on pushing down all the way down until 32.45. Okay, you have to zoom out. You have to look at this at a bigger picture. All right, so the daily time frame, if we look here, we have the moving average underneath, but no signs of bearish moves, and we have this huge daily candle yesterday. Okay, today is basically, if we close like this, we still have 2 hours left. I was wrong. We still have 2 hours left, so indecisive. But if we look at the 4-hour time frame, we have the moving average, red, huge engulfing candlestick, red candlestick over here. Another thing would be we could push up a little bit higher, collect some orders, and then drop down all the way to 32.45. All right, so that's what I think. My entries, if I were to do anything, would have to be somewhere, I would say, like around this area. Let me change to red. Somewhere around this area. If I drop down, yeah, somewhere around this area would be a good entry for sells. And again, this area is looking like it would be also an entry, either here or here, or somewhere below, right over here, right? And also this area right here, if we break below the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so I could be wrong, but this is what I'm seeing in the market. If we continue pushing higher for a bullish trend, good, great. I'm just looking to get a piece of the market and then leave with a profit, okay, or a small loss. But usually, I think we're all looking for a profit. All right. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next one. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content.